Alright everybody, game number 1 is starting. Virtus Pro plays versus TCM Gaming in the loser bracket of the Enter the Storm final. So one of these two teams will be out of the tournament. Keep in mind this patch is actually 16.2, so we're probably going to see a little bit more Li-Ming today than we have in the past. I'm also not alone. Team Liquid is not playing today, they are playing tomorrow, and therefore Lowell, one of the Team Liquid players, our most favorite melee assassin here, could join us for the day and is going to bring in his extra knowledge. Li-Ming looks like Virtus Pro still don't want to go up against her now, though, and seems like she's going to be banned out. We have seen her actually in our first best of 3 series today. Li-Ming currently banned out. What about you personally, Lowell? I mean, we've talked a lot already about like the changes to Li-Ming and what that means for her, but do you personally have a problem playing against her? Is she still one of those heroes where you say like, okay, I hate that, I hate her, I want to make sure that she's like banned out immediately, or do you say like, it's completely fine?
It's really annoying to play against her, but just in the same way that it was always annoying to play against, let's say, Keltas. Is it ban-worthy against some teams? I would say yes. For some team setups, I would say yes. But I feel like you can play against it at least. And especially earlier, it's easier to abuse her since she doesn't have the S of Johan anymore.
Yeah. Well, interestingly enough, actually, like for this setup, TCM Gaming really wants the Diablo Thrall combo. I mean, they had the chance to go for Rhaegar as a first pick, which was more or less a constant over the last few days. But now Thrall being picked first for them, Rhaegar and Falstad for Virtus Pro, therefore. And TCM goes into that Kel'Thas, even though he has seen a couple of nerfs now, and we have Diablo plus Thrall taken. So there's a couple of interesting things about the draft here already. So first of all, a Kel'Thas over a Jaina, which has been one of the priority picks, especially on the North American server, even before the Kel'Thas nerf, afterwards more so than before even. And now we have, in the European scene, a huge priority on Jaina as well, since of course her damage and especially her burst got increased a bit. Kel'Thas with the loss of some of the shield on Arcane Barrier on level 16, and also with that loss of like 0.5 seconds on the Gravity Lap stun and a few minor changes. It's not being picked that often anymore, but TCM Gaming taking him anyways and really prioritizing Diablo Thrall over even picking a Rhaegar, which by most players is still being seen as one of the strongest in the entire game. What do you make of that?
On Infernal Shrines, regarding Kel'Thas, I believe that both Infernal Shrines and, let's say, Tomb of the Spider Queen are maps in which it's still good and worth taking before the second row of bans. For the simple reason that, well, on this map you can clear Shrines really well. On Tomb of the Spider Queen, he almost wins you the rotations by himself. You have the clear again. So yeah, on those maps he's still really good. I don't understand the rush on the Thrall Diablo, but I guess they're just really confident on their combo. They just want to do Shrine safely with Kel'Thas and at some point pull the trigger with a Sundering and just go all in.
Besides that, we have also now Tassadar banned out by TCM. So we've been talking in previous series already about like that Rhaegar and Tassadar combination for any kind of melee assassin support. That also goes, of course, for heroes like Sonya. So in this case, TCM locking that down immediately. Virtus Pro was a little bit afraid of having also that stun lockdown with Tyrande, Diablo, plus a Thrall as a follow-up. The Kel'Thas also, of course, here and again as well. So they ban out Tyrande here. So both of those bans make a lot of sense to me. TCM, they go into a Kharazim as their healer here. Sorry.
It's mostly because like right now, with the setup they have, they are confident that they can like single out a target pretty easily. And Leo is very comfortable with 7-sided strike Kharazim. So they're just really looking to quick fights, not even let Rhaegar do anything with shields or even proc his ultimate. So yeah. That's what they're looking to achieve.
And I mean, with the setup that they currently have, if they go for that Leoric here, they have, of course, a nice tool against Muradin. They actually could go with a setup here. I mean, of course, like, if you play Infernal Shrines, it's always, like, a bit of a toss-up. If you go for the Ghastly Reach on level 7, you have amazing control over the Shrines, and you have a lot of AoE. Going against the Muradin, Sonya, Rhaegar, you could go Paralyzing Rage to really slow them down a little bit as well. But in this case, of course, Leoric, overall, it's a great combo no matter what you go for. You have nice moves against, especially Muradin, with a Drain Hope here as well that you can utilize. So, pretty solid setup, actually, for TCM Gaming with this. A bit heavy, the reliance on having Kel'Thas in the back as the only range damage dealer, but I feel with such a strong front line, they should be able to make that work.
Yeah, they're just confident in their ability to all-in. I'm curious to see if Leoric will go for the Entomb or the March, but I feel that, again, with Entomb, they have an even stronger way to single out a target. So.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, you have the Entomb, you can follow that up with an Apocalypse if you want. You have Kalthas that can go for the damage there as well. So I totally agree in that. Jaina makes her way in the draft after all, being played here for Virtus Pro. I mean, they had a couple of choices. They could have gone for Greymane, for example, as well. He has a lot of siege damage that he can bring to the game, and therefore Infernal Shrines would probably yield them one or more Punishers then over time. But for now, with Jaina, you have a ton of burst damage. I mean, you get a stun, Sonya goes in, Jaina goes in, that falls there with the damage. So there's definitely like a lot that you can do with like burst. But it's going to be interesting. They have to keep their setup, of course, alive against such a like aggressive TCM gaming lineup. But guys, we're going to jump into our first game. Keep in mind, loser bracket is the best of 3 series here still. Sorry, my bad. We have Virtus Pro versus TCM Gaming. First map is Infernal Shrines, and well, let's jump in right away. Game number 1, everybody. We're currently in the losers bracket of the End of the Storm Europe, and we have the match between TCM and Virtus Pro. And to the left side of the map, we're currently seeing TCM here with Leo from Poland, Nika on Kalthas, Leo actually on Karazhan, by the way. Holo is playing Lorik, Bus Driver on Thrall, and Remaballer on Diablo. To the right side of the map, it is Virtus Pro with Sefkaja on Jaina, Neon on Falstad, we have Power of Dream on Murden, Lunan on Rhaegar, and Mopsio on Sonya. It's the first game here of the day, and once again, like, I'm not quite alone today. I actually got myself some reinforcements. Team Liquid is only playing tomorrow, and so one of the Team Liquid players jumped in with me to cast the games here. So welcome, Lowell, once again to the stream.
Thank you very much.
And well, for now we actually have in the mid lane already everybody just like moving around here. Lingering Chill has been chosen as a level 1. We're seeing a Seasoned Marksman here. Nothing really too much out of the ordinary that's currently happening. Soul Feast claimed. We have Reanimation. Once again, that Space Leoric. Did you get that mount? Probably you did, right?
Of course.
Skin and mount already confirmed. A bit of a brawl here early on. 5 versus 5 in the mid. It's like all man mid right now. They're playing basically an Aram at this point, and now suddenly with the rotations. Like we've talked already in the draft a little bit about the builds here. Is there like one team that we would say has a bit of an advantage considering the lineup that they're playing?
It's not about advantage or not. I believe both are like strong lineups. It's just going to be about like how it plays out. The goal of TCM will be to pull the trigger, to just stand there and make something happen, like a combo with Apocalypse or with Entomb, something like that. And probably with the 7-sided Strike Karazim that's going to arrive at level 10. Meanwhile, for the side of Virtus Pro, it's more about playing standard fights, surviving, like slowly draining enemies down, and yeah. We'll see how they make it happen.
Does it surprise you a little bit that Rhaegar did go for the Colossal Totem on level 1 over the Electric Charge? I mean, we have a Sonya for them, and oh, they're actually going deep with that Sonya here already. Once again, trying to burst the target away. They go for Remaballer and take Diablo down. Great kill here early on already for the team in red, so well done. Virtus Pro with the first blood. But yeah, coming back to that question, like, Rhaegar, what do you think about the level 1 talent considering that they run a Sonya?
Yeah, I'm surprised both by Rhaegar and Sonya's level 1 talent, to be honest. That's what I was going to say. But, well, I guess they're confident with that. I just see it like kind of as a waste of the potential of the level 1 shield talent from Rhaegar. But well, we'll see. I guess they just want to be able to land it really far away and maybe get a slow secured on the back line.
Well, for now, actually, we have once again level 4 talents ready for both of the teams, and the fight at the top has started. Falstad isn't with the team yet, so he has to move in if they really want to take that shrine, but so far, they are still doing pretty well. 11 minions for Virtus Pro, 16, 19 already for the opponent. Falstad still soaking experience, so it feels like they are okay giving up that Punisher. Nope, Falstad flies in. They have a bit of an experience lead, and now that actually Leoric arrived in the middle of the map, they just fly Falstad up, have suddenly a 5 versus 4, and take a lead in minions that they can get now. Holo finally coming back in, going to try for the first swing here. Sefkaja from the side. Uh-oh, the Jaina flank. Jaina in a lot of trouble already. Sefka on the run. Got a lot of damage in though, but now Power of Dream is about to fall as well. He needs to be careful. Kalthas is doing his job, and oh, the kill against Karazhan. Apparently no dash ready as a cooldown, and of course with the healer gone, it's going to end up in a slaughter. Thrall already eliminated, and now Nika falling as well. This is turning completely south for them. They're losing everybody with the exception of Holo. It was actually like a pretty interesting fight that we had there. Sevka with a very optimistic flank, I'd say, but it still worked out in the end.
It ended up baiting Karazim into using both his Qs to catch and finish him, and since it didn't work out, well, Leo ended up being completely out of position and killed, and from there everything went south.
It was still like when I saw Jaina moving in there, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah. I felt the same way, to be honest, but, well, right now you can say it was calculated.
Yeah, I mean, it still works out for them. Top lane so far has been defended, actually. So in this case, things are currently like looking pretty decent for them. We have a level 7 talent already taken. That means that they also have an opportunity to go for a couple of these camps right now, trying to make sure that they get a little bit more of an advantage here. At this point, with the level 7 talents, we see again Ferocious Healing. Rhaegar went into Stormcaller, goes for Cleanse now. Cleanse, of course, I mean, more or less needed. We've already been talking a little bit about the potential of not only a wombo combo, but just lockdown overall, thanks to Thrall, Diablo, and also Kel'Thas with their stuns and disables. So having that Cleanse is definitely super worth it here for Rhaegar. I'm still a bit curious to see what exactly is going to be chosen for heroes like Leoric in this case now.
Yeah, we'll see about it, but right now, Virtus Pro is secured a full level lead before level 10. So this pretty much secures them the next shrine for free. And from that, if they manage to get a 4th or even 2 if they get lucky, well, they're going to snowball pretty hard.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, we have, we've been talking about this during the draft, but I really like that we have actually Paralyzing Rage taken. As I said during the draft already, it's a bit of a toss-up if you really want to go for the Ghastly Reach here and a potential second swing then later on to make sure that you get massive amount of damage in on those shrines and get the additional Punisher. But at this point, going for the Paralyzing Rage with that Sonya, with that Muradin, and even that Rhaegar makes a lot of sense to slow down that onslaught that we could see from Virtus Pro. And Virtus Pro is already trying to look for another kill here. They have 5 kills against 0. They're starting to steal camps away. Are they really going to contest this here? Remaballer is in the back. Thrall is dancing around him a little bit as well. Trying to go maybe for a flank, but they decide against it in the end.
No matter what TCM did right there, they would have been doing what Virtus Pro wanted. Because if they don't do anything, Virtus Pro gets the camp. If they do something, Virtus Pro gets the engage they're looking for. So it was a lose-lose situation for TCM.
And currently we're seeing actually TCM trying to make up for that experience lead that we have on the opponent side by pushing a few of the towers. And the problem is that now Muradin is moving in as well. Oh, nice. Goes for the stun. Sevkaj is there. Leo jumps into, heals Remaballer, and they are able to escape. But we've been already talking about that level 10. And it's finally ready now for the team in red. So Virtus Pro is going to get a huge advantage over the Shrine. And you've been saying it before. It's more or less a free Punisher that they get at this point.
As long as they're fast enough, they get it for free right now, indeed. But I like what they did of delaying the shrine and try to greed a kill bot because TCM was overextending.
Well, TCM is once again going straight for the potential kill here in against the towers, taking 1 or 2 down, getting the level 10 as well. We have that Entomb that we've been talking about. Phoenix chosen for Kel'Thas, not going into that changed Pyroblast. Apocalypse, Sundering, and also the 7-sided strike that you already predicted during the draft for Leo. So they're trying to go for that isolation of a hero and bursting him away as much as they can. It's going to be interesting to see if they can turn the game around with it, because so far they don't have a kill yet.
We'll see about that. It's literally just about the execution, and if they can... Oh, here they go. They got Sevka caught.
Nice heal, great heal, but it doesn't matter. Sevkaj is down. Great Entomb, the Apocalypse behind it, the Sundering, everything went absolutely perfectly for them here. They get their kill, but they might still lose Power of Dream. So far, Virtus Pro is still fighting. They have a few heroes around. There comes Sonya again. Mopsio is on the move back. Lunan is around. They get the Punisher. They moved in onto the shrine again and get enough minions to secure themselves the Punisher. And that is moving through the mid lane right now. Even more experience soaked by the rest of the team with Muradin up at the top. But that was a sweet kill that they got there against Jaina. Very, very nice Entomb as well. And of course that follow-up was great.
Yeah, as I said, the thing is, the follow-up was not only good, but they didn't use too many things on the Jaina. They ended up just using the Entomb and the Apocalypse, but the Sundering was used to almost get a kill on Falstad, and that's just really good presence of mind, I would say, by Thrall. To realize that not more was needed, and they almost got both Falstad and Muradin, and if they got 3 kills for a Punisher, it would have been totally fine. Right now they got 1 kill and the enemy got the Punisher, but even then allowed TCM to catch up quite a bit on XP.
Yeah, well, right now what we also have is Mavosad already on 23 extra damage on C's marksman. Well, in this case though, this is the end of him. They went a bit overboard with the talents there. Holo, of course, unfortunate for him that he didn't really tap anybody with it, and Tomb was trying to get either Lunan or Mopsio here as well. But they really wanted to make sure that they get false stat. And the kill against against Kelthas, but he is able to take Jaina down as well. The bomb destroying her then in the end. So it's an even trade for Kelthas being ganked by 2 up at the top. Pretty sweet, actually.
Yeah, he did really good. The only downside is that since Virtus Pro still has Meridian, they are getting experience there.
Yeah, it is definitely a bit of a problem. I mean, Kelthas was the only one up there, so they start out losing out a bit more experience. They're not too far behind yet. They will still get the level 13 talent in time for the next shrine. Power of Dream is in a lot of trouble right now, though. Even with a jump, it's very unlikely that he gets out of this one, unless Neon uses the Mighty Gust, and indeed he does. Holo wants to go in, but even with an Entomb, there wouldn't have been enough to just, like, stop Meridian from getting his jump back and then just like leaping over it. Now, once again, it actually looks like with a 13 versus 13. Teams are getting ready now. Chain Bomb's chosen, Relentless, Crushing Hope. We have the Grace of Air and the Firestorm now. Of course, again, cooldown reduction for Rhaegar, trying to get that extra heal in. No really big surprises here when we're talking about the level 13 talents. Actually, the Mystical Spear still for the mobility on Sonya. We're also seeing the improved Ice Block, a talent that has in previous series actually been swapped out occasionally by trying to get additional burst in. But in this case, we're having once with Icy Veins, of course, then. But in this case, we actually like have Ice Block. Sonya, sorry, Jaina has been attacked quite a lot by TCM over the duration of the last few fights, so it makes a lot of sense for Sefka to try and play this a bit closer to home.
He will at least survive Entomb engages right now, which is what is needed.
Yeah, exactly. It's really important for him to make sure that something like the last kill, the last death doesn't really happen anymore. It's really nice with the timing as well, by the way. There's still a camp up at the top lane that is starting to pressure the fort, so that's extra pressure that Virtus Pro was able to build up. Remabola is trying to move in from the side. He's moving in as we speak. Good Mighty Gust. Power of Dream with the Avatar immediately. That Entomb doesn't do anything, actually. Bus Driver gets killed. Here comes the Apocalypse. Lunan, wow, healing himself, trying to escape. He might still die, but he, of course, keeps himself alive for a long time. Double kill against Muradin and Rhaegar. Down go Thrall, Kalthas, and Karazem, and still the potential to drop Remabola as well. They get him, and they get Holo. It's a team wipe. What a fight right now. Wow.
This was chaos. I did not pay attention to the cooldown of Apocalypse before the fight, but if it was up all along, I believe it was just way too late, because Thrall could have been saved by just Apocalypse.
But you're totally right, like, that was chaos. I mean, Holo goes in and tries to go for the Entomb. Doesn't really hit anybody there, because Virtus Pro, instead of moving back, they actually move in. It was really that Mighty Gust that blew everybody away, but they were still around Muradin. And then they just decided, hey, Muradin has Avatar, he just hit it, so they were just going for the fight instead, and therefore the Entomb doesn't do really a lot. As he said, Apocalypse comes in a little bit late, and then it's just like Jaina with a burst damage starting to take targets down here. And once again, they have the Punisher, they go in, Holo low, and again, Leorki is down. Leoric falling. Nika is moving in now too, but there comes the potential stun against him. They're trying to go for the kill. Neon with another Mighty Gust against Leon, Bus Driver, and they're going for Thrall. He does have his Sundering. He's trying to escape. 7-sided strike comes in too, but Thrall falls. Another triple kill. The Punisher finishing off the 4 in the back. Great play here by Virtus Pro. Hyper aggression once again, and they have 14 kills against 5 now.
Really, really good pickups. As soon as they saw that Leoric was going to get caught and killed, Sonya didn't wait for anything. She just like crossed over the fort and started chasing Keltas. And yeah, they abused it perfectly.
Oh, again the kill against Diablo, and this time he is down for the entire duration. They're gonna go for the keep here, and they're gonna get it. Level 16 talents are in as well. Northern exposure for Jaina taken. We have that synergy between the level 1 totem talent and the level 16. Sometimes with level 1 totem, we still see on level 16 the Rising Storm taken for the extra damage here. Pretty strong talent, of course, for Rhaegar, but here it makes sense to go for the synergy, locking the targets down. Having the Earthgrass totem is absolutely great. Renewed Swing now taken on level 16 for Leoric. They're 2.5 levels behind nearly, but they start to move in. Circle of Life. Holo with a tomb attempt, but Power of Dream could always jump away, so no real threat here to him, and Holo ends up not using Entomb. Would have been a bit of a waste of a cooldown.
Really interesting to me that Rhaegar is choosing to completely discard his field damage talents.
Now wants to have the fight control here. Here comes the, oh, nice Apocalypse. Hitting a lot of heroes. Fawcett very low. The chain bomb's doing a lot of damage now as well. Thrall is down though, but Fawcett eliminated as well. It's a 1-for-1 at this point, but Leorki dying again. Leo rushing away. Everybody else is once again on the chase. Here comes that Stormbolt against Diablo. Good job, Luna, and there's that totem. And Ramabala, of course, with nearly no chance to escape here, is trying to dash away once again, but he is already isolated, and that's the kill against him. 4 heroes down. Great damage on Sonya. Falstad by now on 37 season marksman stacks, and this is just simply Virtus Pro going in for the kill. They're 3 levels ahead. Only Leo is back. He doesn't even have the 7-sided strike. Leoric is going to help him out as well. They might not be able to finish off that core. Sefkaje is down. Thrall will be back. He has no Sundering though. That's his biggest problem at this point. Can try to put the damage in. No Sundering though, but the 7-sided strike. The core is down to 30, down to 30, down to 20. They're going for it. Mopsio is falling, but they're going to get that. Lunan, Power of Dream, both still there. And this is going to be game number 1, ending in favor of Virtus Pro, claiming victory here on our first map on Infernal Shrines.
Impressive aggression. Aggression.
Guys, game number 2 is about to start. We have Virtus Pro versus a TCM Gaming, and currently Virtus Pro has, of course, the lead in the best of 3 series. We're still in losers bracket here. Sky Temple is our map. Stitches globally banned still because of that lag bug on his hook in custom games. But Li Ming is allowed, and Virtus Pro, they ban out Thrall. So now TCM Gaming, they have to think about what they want to ban out, but it's still on the European server even after the patch, after As of Johan got removed. Li Ming's numbers adjusted slightly. We have her still banned out, and Virtus Pro goes straight for that pick on Rhaegar. So they have once again the Rhaegar pick here. TCM Gaming, they highly favored that Thrall and Diablo combo in that last game, but right now Thrall is already banned out. So they go for a Zagara, which they could actually still combo off with a Diablo if they really wanted to. So we'll see how that is going to end for them. Lowell, what do you think? From your experience with TCM Gaming, are they going to try and go for one of those Diablo wombo combos again?
To be honest, I've not played enough against them to be able to answer that properly. But it's more, I'm more curious about what Virtus Pro will do, because like once again they get the Rhaegar, which I believe is like probably the strongest character in the game right now, and they can do anything from there. So I'm really curious to see how they answer the Zagara lane.
They could go into one of those Tassadar compositions with Rhaegar now. The thing is, though, if they really wanted to play with the Tassadar, the only real melee assassin that is still left after Thrall and Sonya already got taken or banned would be that Illidan. And I'm not quite sure how comfortable they actually are with that Illidan. So that's one of the things that I'm a bit curious about. If they lean towards the false that he has the first pick, it would of course also like throw a bit of a wrench into the entire plan, since in this case Illidan could be simply banned out. So probably not quite what we're going to see, but it's always an option to go for that double support here. Overall in damage dealers, of course, Falstad with his auto attack damage still absolutely phenomenal on this map. When it comes to like Zagara, what do you think would be a good pick for them to at least at the beginning secure the bot lane as well? Do you feel like Falstad is enough to really keep Zagara at bay for a little bit until those shrines are coming into play, or do you think they need someone stronger at the bot lane to make sure that she's not going to get completely out of control and takes down structures?
Falstad will get bullied a bit, but it's still acceptable. On the other hand, they could like basically anything with like an Abathur hat would be fine. Then there are, I mean, Chen is a known pick against Zagara, then there are other like more unconventional ones.
Look at those trolls again. Yeah, Gazlo ban. You heard it here first. So they're having some fun here. You guys do that too, if I remember correctly.
You know, it's one of those situations where someone forgets we're drafting on Heroes Draft and select something that we kind of want to ban. And then we're like, oh wait, but they can see that. Let's just switch around until we decide.
It's always the like, yeah, let's troll the caster. It's a Jaina ban. A Jaina ban would be very interesting. I don't see them banning out Jaina. So
Illidan.
They ban out Illidan. So apparently they're a little bit afraid of that Rhaegar, Tassadar, Illidan composition that we've been talking about. So kind of what I talked about earlier has now happened, even though Virtus Pro did not pick Tassadar yet. I would have been very surprised on a Jaina ban, to be honest with you, because I feel like Jaina would complement the setup of TCM Gaming quite a bit at this point.
It would definitely. I'm still on the Illidan ban because I feel like maybe they were too scared because they still have a couple really good answers open in the draft. But well,
I feel like they will probably take Tassadar themselves. That's the only thing where I can... Like, if they don't pick Tassadar and they don't really plan on playing with him, then I could rather understand the Illidan ban, but I really feel that Tassadar would work well for them too, because they have that Sonya already, so they can go into the Leeching Plasma and Kala's Embrace. They have Zagara, they would therefore deny Tassadar to the opponent with Vision. Rhaegar is still there, and with the Lightning Shield, he usually has an easy time taking creep tumors down as well, especially if he goes for the mana reduction on the talent on level 4, so that he's not draining his mana completely. But TCM going once again into a lot of potential wombos here. I mean, ETC together with the Zagara already more into Slide, into Mosh Pit, Sonya, and it's a lot of danger. And there's again that trolling that we've been talking about.
And they're probably still thinking, but I really don't believe they will lock Tassadar right now.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they're playing with... so the enemy already has Rhaegar. They don't have too many melee assassin options left. And Leo loves Karazhan.
The thing is, I wouldn't really mind a Karazhan here. I feel like when we are talking about like damage, a Jaina would probably be really nice for them. And together with that Jaina, you can definitely go into that Karazhan as well. So I don't really think you need to go into something like a Tassadar here. They go for Greymane over Jaina for now, which I don't really want to say it surprised me like too much. I feel like Jaina would have added more synergy to the setup, but Greymane is incredibly strong, so I can understand the pick here. Jaina would have been more of like that bursty setup that is awesome if you get a good mosh pit in. But I mean, we all know how much damage Greymane can actually dish out, especially also like in siege damage. You can bulk from the safe distance. So Greymane overall a solid pick. Could have seen a Jaina here for them. They decided against it, so now Virtus Pro is going to pick her. They have that Mirrodin, and it works for really well for them too. But yeah, I guess at this point it's more or less a matter of personal preference.
I would say so as well, because like, in my opinion right now, both Greymane and Jaina are pretty equal, power level-wise. So, it comes
over
down to
9,000
for them. Yeah, definitely over 9,000 from a melee assassin perspective.
Yeah, it's actually like kind of true. It's like the bane of your existence. Rushing in, getting Stormbolted once, and then Jaina with that Blizzard, and you just sit there and think like, oh my god. Are we going to see that Zeratul? Virtus Pro, they go for Zeratul here, very NA style. North America playing a lot with the Zeratul. He's starting to come back in Europe a bit as well, but he's very, very popular in North America. And now suddenly the Tassadar is looking a lot better again. Unless, of course, you adjust your level 4 talent on Karazhan, which I personally don't really think is too big of a deal either.
It isn't, but just comfortability-wise, I guess they will still go with the Tassadar.
Yeah. What do you think about that Zeratul, though? Like, what's your personal take on the hero right now, and also about his role in the meta?
I really like it. I feel that if there's one thing America is doing, has been doing for a while, better than EU, it's coming back to Zeratul comps. I think they answer a lot of pesky situations, I would say.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What do you think about the changed Shadow Assault? Did you already play around with it a little bit? Do you like it? Or it's something where you say, like, yeah, it's nice that they changed it, but it's still not really good?
I think it's nice, and it makes it, like, actually really good in at least EuroLeague, small maps, you know, Dragonshire or something like that, where there's less coordination. However, it still works, like, in competitive, I'm sure, in some setups. But, I don't know, I still feel like Void Prison is Void Prison, you know?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, as is, guys, we're going to go into our second game. So we have that Zeratul combo. Tassadar is a bit of a counter. I guess up to this point, I'm probably more leaning towards that Karazhan. And we're going to find out if it's going to work out for them, if that Zeratul is maybe going to be the key to victory again for Virtus Pro here. They are in the lead in the best of 3 series. We are in the loser bracket of the End of the Storm finals for Europe here. Sky Temple is the map. Let's jump in right away and see if Virtus Pro can make this a 2-0 or if TCM is going to force map number 3.
But I really, really like the Virtus Pro lineup right now. Their draft, I believe, is really good. It's... I guess it will be slightly harder to play, because like it will require good voids. While on the side of TCM, it's once again a pretty straightforward draft. And if they get one more, they can combo into Mosh Pit and win any fight.
Okay guys, so for now, just a quick introduction of the teams once again. We have our second game here. Sky Temple is the map. To the left, we see TCM down one game in the series with Leo on Tassadar, Bus Driver on Greymane. Sonia is played by Rema Baller. We have Holo on ETC, Nika on Zagara, and to the right side of the map, the Russian team with Sefkaja on Jaina, Mopsio on Zeratul, Neon playing Falstead. We're seeing Power of Dream on Muradin, and Lunan playing Rega here. So let's see how exactly that lineup is going to work out for them right now. As we already said, Zeratul is in the game, and in this case we have the rapid displacement actually taken for the blink cooldown reduction. So pretty interesting to already see that adjustment over there. We have still an auto attack build for Falstead. Nothing has changed at his side, and besides that, pretty much the standard talents with the Shot of Fury taken, perfect aim, having the rolling like a stone. Reconstitution has now also been claimed. And of course here, currently Zagara not even at the bot lane, but in this case placed up at the top together with the rest of the team, since the bot lane has been taken over by Sonia and by Zeratul.
It's not a bad decision. They're choosing to try and go for... They were trying to go for a push, but answer quite fast from Virtus Pro. We'll see if they keep going with the Greymane, Zagara, Tassadar top. I think it's a really strong option.
One of the things that we also see in terms of talents, by the way, maybe the only adjustment, not so much if you watch the last game, but still, is that level 1 talent where we have, again, Colossal Totem taken for Rega. And in game number 1, we saw Virtus Pro already playing with Rega, and they actually used him in level 1 and 16 with a Totem, trying to lock targets down during those fights even more. Nika under a lot of pressure here, and nice, good kill up at the top. Mopsio already delivering, making sure that he's getting the damage in with his Zeratul. And yeah, Zeratul's play is going to be super interesting here over the duration of the game. I mean, they have a lot of stuff that they can use now to section heroes off during these fights. We have the Mighty Gust later available, the Void Prison potentially for Zeratul. A bit of a counter play there to the Maw, but also again the potential to go into like more Mosh Pit and something along those lines. How much do you think is that Zeratul really going to be able to influence that game now?
Quite a lot, especially if he keeps if he keeps up those rotations. Like, this one was a really good rotation just before, you know, Shrine spawn. They got, like, the Jaina, they got the Zagara that was overextending quite a bit. So, if he can keep this up and, like, snowball into a 1 or 2 level lead, I think it's going to have a massive impact. I'm just not sure about, like, him going Master War Blade over Vorpal Blade. But except for that,
yeah, Vorpal Blade just seems like a really good tool to just like put incredible pressure on a single target. It's so good, and it just makes you so mobile as well.
Exactly, and you can even use it for survivability, you know, like just attacking a creep or something, blinking back to it.
Oh, again, Nika at the top. Mopsy goes in and gets that kill. Well done, but he dies to the... Yeah, well, he dies in the end then to the shot. Overall, I mean, still Rema Baller falling at the bottom now though too, so it's a pretty nice position again for Virtus Pro. The good part at the top lane, even though it was a 1-for-1 exchange, is that Rega is still there to soak the experience for Virtus Pro, whereas of course now TCM doesn't have a hero on lane, so they're going to start losing out on a few of those minions. Not too much though, since Zagara is already again back on the way to top, since the death timers are still very low this early in the game.
They're rotating Jaina bot. They really need to defend those but they really need to defend those siege giants, because letting them get towers and wall like this means that if right now TCM can secure the bot shrine that will spawn soon, and for enough time, they will get the well quite fast. And then Virtus Pro is in a position where they cannot fight anymore.
Yeah, well, incredibly important in these cases, of course. We have again Cleanse taken as the level 7 talent. Searing attacks for Zeratul have now also taken. So a lot of really focus on just getting a maximum amount of damage out on his attacks. The only exception is really that level 1 talent, and Bus Driver is running into... like, that was the worst position in the entire map that Gear could have chosen to walk into. Tried to get the vision there, but there were 3 heroes already around him, and he walked right into a trap that he of course never saw coming.
Especially when you don't have the vision. Moving as an assassin like that is way too risky.
Yeah, so that didn't work out for him at all. Level 7s now with the Just Keep Rockin' taken, with the rapid incubation to give Zagara even more lane sustain. She's still been on that top lane for most of the time, has now taken the camp. We still have like one of the camps taken towards the right side, so vision taken by Zagara. Camps are starting to move to the top. Falstead, of course, rotated top so that he can just use his mobility on the map to fly down if he needs to. but they're still pushing, soaking on 3 lanes now as they wait for Zeratul and also Jaina to come back. And now Rhaegar is starting to make his way down here. That well, as we've been talking about, is gone though, and that triggers Rhaegar's move straight back into the middle to soak experience instead, so they give up the temple.
They're completely trading the shrine. They will get like a tower and wall mid, they will get the top part. I think like they're totally fine with that trade.
So trades in this case, once again working out for them. They are heading into level 10 already, which is going to be super cool for them. Neon, of course, with the mobility here still. Sonya taken out. She was actually going into the mid lane to force Rhaegar back, but now she's down. And that's 5 kills against 1 again. TCM is really starting to struggle when it comes to those controls. What do you really think is their problem right now? Do you feel they're a little bit too aggressive and far out on the map, not safe enough? Or do you think it's just like TCM with really good rotations forcing them to make these mistakes?
Not safe enough for sure, but then again I feel that Zeratul has had good rotations here, like he's going to get 1 or 2 more kills.
And there is already the kill against Zagara and against ETC, set up with a Void Prison, isolating them as the rest of the team was defending the top lane. It's a job well done here, and now of course again the pressure against the fort in the mid lane. And I mean the situation is getting worse and worse right now for the team in blue. They lost 2 of their forts already this early in the game, so they're losing a lot of structures, meaning that every single temple that is being taken now will just put more and more pressure onto the inner circle, onto the keeps then as well. And things are really looking grim. Do you feel like the level 10 abilities that we see for TCM are going to enable them to come back into this? Do you think they have the potential to really just like turn that around? Or do you feel like at this point they just have to avoid team fights and try to look for individual kills instead?
More than avoiding team fights or anything, they need to adjust their play, their positioning. Because what I feel personally is that they've been underestimating the damage of Zeratul way too much right now. Like, and once again, Sonya is doing the mistake, she will die for it.
Yeah, she's moving in and she's down as well. So once again, Mopsio just like getting his kills in a Zeratul together with Jaina. And wow, they will get Nika as well, aren't they? Huh? Nice
Maul. Maybe they can turn this around.
Yeah, they're trying. Here comes the mosh pit, they get Zeratul, so they get a kill for a kill then if you... Oh, actually a second one as well. So, yeah, the level 10s helped them out a little bit, just in time for the next double temple on the map.
It was more like Virtus Pro gridded a bit too hard on that one, I believe. Like, they ended up being like in a complete choke and getting 3-man maul. But yeah, like once again, Zeratul with this build has a lot of damage. I don't think that's the best build, alright, but I think it has insane damage and really being underestimated. Like, getting kills just because of that.
There's actually one thing that I wanted to ask you when you're talking about like greeting here a little bit. I mean, that early game went incredibly well for them. They get kill after kill, and that of course baits them a bit into overextending in a situation where they should have maybe like moved back a bit just because they, from like experience, like took so many kills against an opponent already. When you guys play and you have a really great early game, how easy is it to really just start to overextend? Do you have somebody who starts to calm the team down a little bit in voice and just like makes you stay a little bit more cautious, or do you guys get baited oftentimes with a good early game into overextending a bit in situations like this as well?
So in scrims we get baited all the time because we're checking what we can do, right? But in tournaments we always have, we want to greed, like our shot call and like our playstyle leads us to want to greed, but we always have actually Chris, who is like always the one willing to play safe and, you know, let things happen slowly. That will calm us down in tournament situations, and we end up not dying as often for that.
Yeah, Virtus Pro in this case, even though of course they lost those 2 heroes when they went a bit too deep here, they still have a slight lead in experience. Well, actually, like, they have a pretty incredible lead in experience. They have also like a talent advantage at this point, and they start taking down another fort at the bot lane. We have still a bit of EXP soak at the top and in the middle on the side of their opponents. TCM is of course trying to come back into this. Have the level 13 now with the Unfettered Assault again taken for Greymane. We're also having now a Spell Shield for Sonya, playing this super safe. She's next to ETC, one of the few frontliners that they have to rely upon here. Level 13 talent now, the Assassin's Blade taken as well for Zeratul. And we have improved Ice Block, Burning Rage even against Sonya, of course. Against Zagara, making sure that you have something that can easily allow you to take down these creep tumors on the map and give them eye vision to their opponent.
It's quite important to point out that TCM is by far not out of the game by any means. Like, they're almost equal in structures, and now they get a great maul. They're going to get a mosh pit on it. Like, this is a comeback.
Nice. Oh, the Void Prison, but Sevkaja dies anyways. A triple kill, and Muradin, yeah, well, he can jump, but he can't hide. Not even that. Quad kill here. TCM is all of a sudden back. These mauls, by the way, have been absolutely on point. I mean, it was the second triple maul that we saw here. Very well played by Nika.
Excellent mauls. I believe it's mostly due to the overcommitment of Virtus Pro. Okay. But the maul, like the reaction of Nicker has been really good both times, and like he brought his team back.
Yeah, they have Boss now, Boss pushing the bot lane, Tacita also getting additional experience, making sure that he pushes the bot lane as well here. Up to the top, we're still seeing Lunan trying to defend, but of course, like anybody who's going close to that keep is going to be able to take it down. And for now, we're just seeing the mid lane pressure a little bit stronger, trying to maybe take a tower down, but since everybody is back, TCM is now erring on the side of caution and is starting to move back now, finishing up the fort at the top. The boss has to be defended against at the bottom, and all of a sudden we're having TCM back to business. 7 kills against 8. They even have a slight tiny lead in experience here. Things are starting to look a lot better for them.
Exactly, and with the hard cam they can get the tower or 2 top as well, or they might not even risk it, but yeah, they won't risk it. But right now they're basically equal on structures. So the game is totally open for them.
What do you think was like really Virtus Pro's biggest mistake? Just like they overextended a bit, or was it just that they didn't respect the level 10s too much? Because I feel that the game really started to shift a little bit after TCM was finally able to pick up their rogue abilities.
Like Virtus Pro needs to be a bit more careful after 10, because like as we mentioned before the game even started, you know, like the more mosh pit is like the way to win the game for TCM. And Virtus Pro did not adjust their aggressive playstyle after 10, so for now they're paying for it, but they fell victim to it 2 times already, so I'm expecting them to play differently the next fight.
Yeah, we're seeing also like more heroes just like moving in clusters for TCM, and that feels like Zeratul is not having that impact anymore that he had before. Like he's not able to get these kills anymore. And in the early game we always saw TCM just like moving into the watchtower range, for example, without like with like single heroes. Sagara did it several times. We've seen it from Sonya, from Greymane, and they felt like 1 or 2 heroes, but right now it doesn't happen this often anymore. Only hero is Sonya at the bottom. We have again, by the way, the synergy on Rhaegar with those talents, level 1, level 16, going for the totem here. Also now the stone form for Muradin on his level 16. Northern exposure again for Jaina, and Sonya starting to make her way back up to the top, since the fight for the temple is of course still raging. Here comes Neon with a mighty gust. They're going for it. Here could be the mosh pit. They could go for it again. Nika is very low though, gets shielded, use them all only against Muradin. The water element is also slowing them down. Zagara dead, but Falls at falling too. It's a trade 1 for 1. Muradin again on spot of it, but still we have that Void Prism. Remaballer trying to come back. He's taken down now 2 kills against TCM. Mopsio is falling just before the Ancestral Healing hits. Bus Driver is very low, but it's still a 3-for-2 trade in favor of TCM. They're able to turn it around once again. The Mosh Pit only against Muradin. The attack there a little bit late, but they can still pressure him. And Muradin is about to fall. No, Lunan keeps him alive. Has the mana just in time to keep Power of Dream alive. Still a decent trade here for them, especially with that early kill against Sagara here. Very, very aggressive fight from both of these teams, fully committed to it.
Yes, and this is the thing, like the engage that Virtus Pro got is the engage they need to get, right? Like they need to split people with a to corner or split people with a mighty gust. The problem is that the way I see it, the best way to win the fight from there is on the mighty gust to void 2-3 people and just go for the others. And the void just wasn't there. I feel like it was way too slow. He waited too long, and they got punished for it.
Yeah, they felt like they wanted to like save the Void Prism, go in after the Mighty Cast, try to kill like 1 or 2 off, and the Void Prism was more or less used when they realized, okay,
when they started losing.
Exactly, the fight is not going our way. Let's Void Prism here, try to disengage a little bit, regroup, and it just didn't really work out properly for them.
Exactly, and I think their win condition is Gust Void Prism together. They need to be able to synergize it.
So, well, we have still, in experience, a slight lead for Virtus Pro, but of course in kills it's still even, 10 versus 10. We're seeing also a very damaged keep at the bottom of the map, not only because of the boss earlier, but then also that temple that was taken by Sonya. It's a very, actually, aggressive game here from both sides now. So, after originally in the early game we saw TCM struggle a little bit, they're very aggressive now with those fights as well. We're seeing them still deep pushing the lanes, and they kind of have to. At least when it comes to the mercenaries on the map, we have seen a pretty solid play from Virtus Pro. And they get that temple up at the top. It is going to start to heavily pressure the top keep. But the trade, as at the bottom lane, that's just a simple adjustment by TCM. They move in, burst one of the keeps down, and therefore get a bit of lane presence here and a bit of map control.
I feel that they could actually, especially since they still had creep top, they could have kept going and threatening the core to force the entire lineup of Virtus Pro back.
Oh, Zagara against Mopsio there. Nika very far out on the map and has no chance solo against Zagara, of course. So there's the kill.
And the
Force that flies into the maw. Congratulations, Neon. that was awesome. He flies in right into the maw. That wasn't even meant for him. So now suddenly a chance to go for the boss here. And level 20 on top of that. Not quite sure why Zagara did still stay there. It felt like she was trying to get some creep tumors onto the map. Yeah, boss being
sure.
attacked.
And
yeah,
now this is a free boss. And with that they can actually really threaten. They get a good Void Prison. If they get 2 kills there, they can threaten to him.
Yeah, Lunan apparently in cooldown on his totem, didn't even use it yet in this case. Could have used it afterwards, but they go in again, good stun with the hammer time, and here comes that totem again. Well played, they get another kill in, and they are really starting to snowball right now. Virtus Pro is suddenly in a position where they could potentially even end the game now that Greymane is dead. If they get another kill here, they could move with that boss straight through the keep and go for the core. We have now Epic Moment taken. There's the rewind on Zeratul. Rhaegar did not go for rewind. Storm Shield instead for him. We have once more the Hunter's Blunderbuss. And there we go.
Nika is dead. Nika is dead.
Yeah, Nika is down on the Zagara. No chance. The mosh pit doesn't do anything here in the back, to be honest. Like, it delays them a little bit. Sefkaja and Neon are low, but Remaballer is now locked down. And Sonya, once she dies, most of the damage is gone. Sefkaja might fall, and he does. But still, it's 3 heroes down. The boss went through the keep already. They're still extremely low, and Lunan is very low on mana, but they should be able to finish this here. Maybe if Greymane comes back in time, but it seems very unlikely.
They get the kill on ETC.
Yeah, they do. They do, and that should be the
Okay, nice. Alright,
yeah.
they get the game.
So guys, this is gonna be the second victory for Virtus Pro. Well played here. Mopsio is about to fall. Actually, can they finish it? It doesn't feel like they can. Power of Dream does not have it. And it's just Lunan. He doesn't have the mana. He did not have the mana to heal everybody up here. So with 40% on the core, it's actually defended against. Bus Driver coming back on his Greymane was a bit too much. And he's not done yet. He wants to go for it. Can he jump in? He has his ult not ready. But yeah, good kills there. And
I really
42.
just feel like the position taken by Virtus Pro was too aggressive. Like, they went too far to the left, too close to the spawn. Like, they could have just, you know, danced around a bit longer.
Yeah. It was actually like, the thing is, I felt it was really Lunan out of mana. If Lunan has the mana when they go into, or like has more mana when they go into that fight, then they can just like easily heal everybody up during that and sustain it long enough so that they can get the last few hit points, last few damage points in. But yeah, in this case, damage-wise, by the way, Jaina on 32,000, 28k on Falstad, and also on Zeratul. Temple's taken again. But now we have also up at the top, well, Power of Dream here, trying to get a few shots in himself. So this is starting to become a very interesting position, since the mid keep is about to fall. This one is going to die for sure. The top one for the opponent is going to drop as well. So things are starting to get very interesting here, since of course now also a backdoor attempt can be very easily successful if Virtus Pro gets a good shot at it.
Look at Zeratul.
Yeah, Zeratul is already on it. Zeratul, like, what can he do alone?
With Falstad.
Yeah, with Falstad? Okay, Falstad is flying in, there we go.
And now they're just keeping like the enemy team top with Muradin, Avatar, etc.
Tacitized, oh my god, they got a kill. 3 against 5 and they get a kill, and in the meantime the rest is just like eliminating it. That's the backdoor attempt that we've been talking about. 2-0 for Virtus Pro against TCM. Congratulations, and then move on to the next game of the tournament.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is GG and the end of another series here on Khaldor TV with Heroes of the Storm. So once again, we have another video finished, and I hope that you enjoyed the commentary and that you liked the game, of course, as well. It was a pleasure casting the match for you. And if you guys really enjoyed it, then make sure that you give that video a thumbs up on YouTube. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, feel free to do that too. If you have friends that are interested in Heroes of the esports scene, then definitely recommend the channel to them, or just show them the video if they want to see like a bit how the pros are drafting here, especially of course when it comes to the North American scene, European scene. And I mean, these days we even have a couple of Chinese games on the channel here, so I hope that you enjoy that as well. That being said, thank you very much for watching again. I'm going to see you guys next time with more Heroes of the Storm content here on the channel. Have a great day and enjoy your week, and see you soon. Bye bye.